All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. This is another exciting episode of Shave and a Haircut. As you see my little graphics down there, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Shave and a Haircut. I've got my co-host, Tanya Davis Tramble.
Good evening.
I got my brother, Correction CEO, Handcuff and Keys, Jacob Tramble.
What's happening, Captain?
Look at here, guys. It's gonna be a little something that might make some folks upset, man. And some folks might have their opinion. I hope they get on here today because I really want to talk to them about their opinion and see what they think and what they say about this thing, man. And my topic of choice is the school system similar to the jail system? And I'll say it again. Is the school system similar to the jail system? So, Jake,
Yes.
give him a little background of what the jail system consists of.
Where it consists of the intake system. That's where you walk in and you get to greet the lovely staff behind the counter who's going to ask you some questions, and the beautiful men and women of the correctional facility that are going to talk to you and ask you certain types of questions. After that, then they're going to lead you to a chair where you're going to sit down and make sure you don't have any metal objects in your anus or any other private areas. And then they're going to lead you over to the shower where you're going to shower, brush your teeth, and we're going to give you a set of clothes to where you could be matching like y'all were twins in the brotherhood. And after that, we're going to talk to you and tell you what you're going to do, when you're going to eat, when you're going to sleep, when you're going to school, when you're going to the rec yard, when you're going to church, etc., etc.
So, that's coming from what department that you retired and worked from, sir?
Well, that's from the, I won't say the full name. I'll just abbreviate it TDCJ, sir.
That's correct. Okay, now, you said first thing happened is what now? You get what?
Did somebody just say something?
Not yet. Nobody said anything.
Oh, I heard a beep on this end.
No,
Okay.
nobody said nothing. So the first thing is intake, right?
Yeah, intake receiving is what it's called.
Intake receiving. So is that similar to first signing up for school?
Well, when you first signed up for school, I know what I did. I got off that bus just like you get off the bus at TDC. And then you walk in a straight line, you go right inside, and you sit in the gym in an orderly fashion, and you will have the lovely teachers, just like you have the lovely counselor talking to you, telling you what you can do, when you go eat, what class you're going to, when you're going out there for your recreation center. If you sign up for band, what time you going to band, what time you're in the band. You sign up for football, they're going to tell you what time you're going to football, when you're leaving football, and then they're going to tell you when you're leaving the school. So you pretty much get orders. Well, I would say since you're in school, there are instructions.
Yeah, they call them blocker instructions. But
Yes.
are there similarities? So when they tell you to line up in the school to go to classroom to make to a child, well, let's say lunch. I'm getting it messed up. Let's go to lunch. Isn't it the same thing when you go to lunch in the correction center?
Well, I'll tell you this. There's a little difference. In the penitentiary or the jail, you're in a day room area before it's time. It's time before you go to child. But in the school, you're in the classroom area before it's time to go to child. They ring the bell in the classroom.
Yeah, bro.
We get on the intercom.
Okay.
Child time on the door. So when that bell rings at school, they know what bell that is, and they know it's child time. So they getting up out that class. When that class bell ring, they're going straight to child in an orderly fashion. Mm-hmm. They might be able to talk to each other and laugh and tell a jokes of the day while they're going in there and getting in line and talking all that. But when you go and get in line and you working in that prison system, you will shut your mouth. You will not talk. You will look forward. If you look at me, I'm gonna look at you, and that's gonna friction. Then you coming with me, and we're gonna see what the problem is. That's just how it goes.
Okay, so you know that's the same thing that happens in school now, right? You can't talk in the cafeteria. You can't talk on your way to the cafeteria.
So they know that.
You get your plate and you sit down. You don't talk while you eating. You don't talk in that cafeteria at all. So there are similarities. And to me, it's what I'm saying is it gets the kids like used to something that's going on in life. So if they do go to a facility like that, where they've already been conditioned to it because they're doing it already in the school system, if that makes sense.
That's right. That makes sense.
Read that for me.
Have you ever noticed that schools and prisons both have bails, strict schedules, uniforms, and limited freedom? Why do both systems organize people in similar ways? This is not about saying schools are prisons. It's about exploring similar structures and asking whether education empowers or controls.
You heard that,
Yeah. I heard that.
right? so it's in a sense, it's telling us that they have similarities, but they don't. But the things they do are like intertwined together because they all got blocks of instruction. They all got things they have to do. Like you said, you got to be at a certain place at a certain time. Same thing going with the school system. You got to be at a certain place at a certain time. You got to walk down the hallway. Child's about the same time. We call it recess. What y'all call it?
Your time.
Yard time. Okay, so and now since they integrated all the security measures around the school with the with the fencing, it's kind of almost similarity what a jail looks like.
Pretty much like a castle with a fence.
Right, and so now they're basically. I'm not saying they are in a sense teaching the kids how to go to jail, but it's making it easier if they do go. Well, it's just like I was in school. One thing about it is I just can't get up and walk around, which I can't do that in school. I just can't go home. That's the only difference.
Yeah, that's the only difference. About right.
I think about you can go to the house when you get ready from school. But nowadays, they got a room that they put the kids in now. It's got pads all the way around. What they remind you of, Jake?
We call that the bumper room.
The
When you come in there and you want to act like you ain't got no sense, we're gonna put you in the bumper room. Buck naked, 60 degrees, 55 if you're really crazy.
So they've got certain stuff going on that's similar to what's going on in the system.
That's right.
All right. The origins of modern schooling. Brief historical background. Many modern school systems developed during the Industrial Revolutions. Schools were designed to prepare students for factory work. There was an emphasis on obedience, punctuality, routine, following instructions. And they reference those ideas. Down to 3. Structural similarities. Break into clear comparisons, schedules and bails, strict time control, movement dedicated by bails, uniforms and dress codes, control over appearance, surveillance, dead cameras, hall monitors, attendance tracking.
Okay. You heard all that, right? Those are the similarities, right? What you just said, right? Structural similarities.
Yes.
So all I'm asking is it the same? Or is it not? Or is it close to being the same? And like I said, the school, this has been like this forever.
It has.
Even when we was in school, we had to get in line. We had to walk down the hallway in line. We had to go in the cafeteria and no talking. The only difference is now is they enclosed us in fencing, and they're doing other things that we didn't do. But if you look at it from an outside looking in type of person, you would be like, they almost are just alike. Because the warden is what? The principal. The assistant warden is what? The assistant principal. You got truancy officer there now, so he's the what y'all call him, the walking boss, the head man.
No, that's his security.
Head security. So you got some similarity that's going on, and nobody's really thinking about it that way. But when you start talking to other people and asking them, why you here, it's almost looking like it's the same exact thing that's going on in school. I mean, you gotta get up in the morning. All different is your mom wake you up at 6 o'clock for school. We wake you up what time? 3 o'clock.
That's right.
And then the thing about it is now they're making it you must go to school, and there you got to go to school too.
That's right.
And all it is just letting folks know that make sure you let your kids understand that there are similarities, but that doesn't mean you're going to go that route. I'm just saying it's so close to being alike. Somebody said, read what Mr. Jaden Butler said there, baby.
Yeah, my college have so many days off to the point where we barely come to school.
So those things are almost similar to the system. They're almost just alike. And if we don't pay attention to what's going on, we'd be like, that's just business as usual. And we're missing out on what we're seeing on the goals and what's going on and what's actually happening in the school system. And nobody's actually knowing what's going on. They're just, it's just business as usual. Everybody's doing the same thing. Every school and all over the country is doing the same thing. If you go to any other school, anything, they're doing the same thing. First time you get off the bus, you get off the bus in a line. You line up by the door in the line. There's a most of the schools that got like a little black mark on the black trail path on the floor till you get on that mark. That's the same thing. When you're in jail, to get you on the yellow line or the white line. Stay out there and don't cross over each line. Am I right?
Well, that's right. So
it's almost the same thing, and you're not knowing what you're actually teaching people already at a younger age. That basically the system is almost just alike. Feel free to chime in, anybody that's on live, to think about it. We're talking about the similarities of the school system and the penal system, the jail system. So if we don't have any type of training set forth for our kids to get them say, hey, this is what we're doing to get you guys right, I to steer you guys toward that system. Then you got a kid that's been going through all the years acting a fool in class and acting a babysitting fool, and they get to the prison system and see the same thing, similarities. Yeah, the line. The only thing about the doors in school, they don't have bars.
That's right. But they will lock.
But you can leave when you get ready to go to the bathroom. But it's the same thing at school. You got to ask. You got to ask to go to the bathroom when you're down there too.
That's right.
So it's similarities. So we want parents to understand that when we start talking out, you start talking to your kids, you never want them to go that other route. You're gonna always have other options for your youth to let them know, hey, this is not the ideal spot or position for you to go. Hit me with the next one.
Well, they have restricted movement, asking permission to leave. They have a pass system, reward and punishment systems, grades versus behavior reports, detention versus disciplinary action. Does structure equal oppression, or does structure create order and safety?
Answer that question. Anybody out there, say it again?
Does structure equal oppression, or does structure create order and safety?
Jake?
You don't want to know my answer to that one. Tell you that now. So I'm all about fear when you come my way. Structure can come with fear. That's how we do it down there at the prison. We you know, the kids ain't scared of school, but they come here. Yeah, we love that. We love that aggressiveness they got. We love that. I'm telling you right now. Bring it on, buddy. Bring it on. Yes, sir. Bring it on. But yeah, we want structure. We want structure inside the walls too. But if you're gonna have that aggression like we've been seeing, like me and my brother saw this morning with the teacher and the kids and having a fight, that kind of stuff, that's what we look for. We love that. We got that tear/gas for your hit the buzzer, please.
Boy, you stupid.
Yeah, ass. Yes, we got it for you. That's right. Bring it on, buddy. We got tear gas for your ass. Ass. Yes, sir. Yeah, we gonna get it. We gonna get it. So bring it on.
Boy, you stupid. You stupid.
I'm just saying.
But but that's what we telling you guys, man. We trying to enlighten some folks about what you don't want to go through
Nope.
and don't experience it. I mean, you can just about go through certain stuff like that in the school system, by behaving the way you behave, by being put in what you call it, ISS. That's called basically ISS is what in jail, solitary confinement.
Yeah.
So it's almost, that's what I'm saying. This is what people are not thinking. I was thinking about that. I'm like, but no, if you think about it, the stuff is similar, but it's just used differently in different settings.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of puts you in a mindset of, are we really helping our kids by doing certain stuff like that?
Right.
Are we really helping them by putting them in a straight line? We're helping them by putting them in solitary confinement. Somebody said, hit it, what he said. Baby, in my opinion.
I don't see. I don't know.
You don't see it? There it is, popped up.
Okay, Jada again. In my opinion, I feel like we honestly do need to teach our kids. She says, I'm 23, so in the future for me, structure at an early age so they can learn from how their parents taught them.
Okay. I agree with that. I can go with that. But is it Jada? Am I saying that right? Jada. Is that when you saying structure, are you talking about like raising them up, or teaching them certain stuff, whether in school or things like that? Because it's so much structure that word could be used in a lot of stuff. They use it in the system too. They got structure in the penal system too. They got certain things that you gotta do or else. So I'm thinking about your structure, meaning like when you teaching them how to be yes ma'am, no ma'am, being respectable and
Home training.
I think that's the route you're going, and that's what's needed. It's absolutely needed what you're saying, and what we're saying is that the similarities are so similar. What's going on that we like I said, even when you was in school, I'm pretty sure you had to stand in line. I'm pretty sure you had to go to the cafeteria and couldn't talk in the cafeteria, and you went outside and played, and it was like structured. And it's like now people don't notice it, man. When the kids go outside, if you watch the position of the teachers, it's just like how it is in the system. They're around four corners around, just like the system, and they're watching the kids. And those things are stuff that people are like, they're not really noticing because it's just like second nature. And the kids are doing it just like second nature. They're just like business as usual for them too. They're just doing the same thing as well. And so all we're saying is, just when you're talking to your kids, let them know, hey, this is how the school does certain stuff, and it's similar what happens in the system, but that doesn't mean you're going to go that route. We're not saying your kids are going to go that route. We're saying it's so similar that it's almost scary. It's almost the same thing that's going on there as it is in school. Not one time have I said any one of your kids gonna go anywhere. Like my opinion, I believe no such thing as a bad child. I always say that you get put in bad situations, hang around bad people, and get bad outcomes. That's my opinion. All I'm saying is those are so similar that you make sure you tell your kids, look, just because you're in line, just because you can't talk in class, just because you can't do this and that doesn't mean you're going to go that route. So that is my opinion. Miss Jada is getting her type on. I'm glad you are on here, Miss Jada, because you're being very much active in the conversation. I like that.
She says, well, the way I grew up in school, I was taught by my grandparents. So I wanted to pass it on to what I was naturally taught to become trustworthy in earning good things in education to achieve bachelor's, which I did from Louisiana Tech and a master's from ULM.
Go ahead on.
Wonderful, baby.
Right, where my hand clap thing at? Absolutely good. Absolutely. That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Miss Jada. So I'm on the impression that you do you have any kids that you are bringing up or with? And so if that's the case, the structure you got from grandparents, that's that good structure. When you get them grandparents, everybody know that. When grandmama and grandpa, that's that structure that you don't ever forget.
That's a different type of love.
Yeah, it's a different type of, it's more of a what am I looking for? Word I'm looking for nurturing. That's the word, nurturing kind of love. Because remember my dad used to then play with us, and
she play with nobody.
She basically raised us. No, I don't. I'm only 23 in grad. Oh, you in grad school? Okay, look out there. Okay, what are you studying to be?
Evidently a boss.
Yeah.
We can use her as a cap.
I know that's right.
Boy, you crazy. She said she ain't coming over. You don't want to work for the prison system. Don't listen to him over there. Just
listen. With education like that, you would go far. You'll be a warden. That's right. We need people like that.
No, well, we're gonna keep
firm, fair, and consistent, dog. That's it. She's firm, fair, and consistent. Look at all those comments that she's making. That's consistent.
Sociology. We don't need. That's right, baby. Go where you need to go. Don't build the prison system.
Come on, girl. We recruit over $10,000 a month. Can't beat that.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it at all.
I'm just
don't
saying.
Listen to him. But that is a wonderful philosophy for you to have, and I want you to continue to look for this podcast and stay on here because I like your opinions and your comments are excellent. They would merit. They've got some backing with it. We talking about your grandparents and stuff. So we need people like you to constantly come on because we want to try to make sure that we are enlightening everybody. What's going on? It's like we're not trying to. I guess we said we're not the know-it-all group, and I don't never claim that. We do a lot of research and stuff and talk about stuff, but I just want to add more knowledge to your mind to let you understand what's happening.
Wait a minute, boom. That's Dylan's girlfriend.
Ah, okay. I see.
Look at that picture. I'll show you the picture.
Oh.
I see her now. Yeah, how are you? Okay. How's Dylan doing, by the way?
Yeah. We recruit family members.
Sure do, baby.
Yeah, we recruit family members. I'll show you the ropes.
Oh, man, it's been a minute. How are you doing today? That's I'm glad you on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till I tell Kenzie.
But yeah, so we basically try to enlighten folks what's going on. So that's one more thing. Anything else on there?
Yeah, I got some stuff.
Hit it.
Let me tell y'all. The school to prison pipeline, harsh disciplinary policies, zero tolerance rules, over policing in some schools. Y'all tell me how suspension, expulsion, and criminalization of minor behavior can push students toward the justice system.
Facts.
Make them crazy.
Facts. That's all I can say. I do the facts, man. I try to find stuff, and that's all I do. I ain't trying to. I don't sugarcoat it. I'm gonna stop sugarcoating it. It's the facts. Facts are the facts. What she said something, huh? What she said? Go ahead. Huh?
She wanted him to communicate more. She down the street from Mama.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay, we definitely will. I didn't know that. All right, we're gonna make sure we get that down packed. We're gonna communicate. Yeah, he definitely needs to communicate with more. You're right. And I definitely will get on to that ASAP. Is he still at ULM too, by the way? While she's answering that question, you got anything else?
Yes. Okay, now they said not all schools function this way. Many educators actively work against the pattern, but the key differences are schools aim to educate and empower, provide opportunities for growth, encourage creativity, ideally. The prison is designed to punish and confine, restrict liberty as consequences of crimes. Intent matters. Now the question is, should education focus more on creativity than compliance?
Jake? So education focus more on
Creativity than
Creativity.
compliance.
than compliance.
I know what the prisons focus on. That's survival.
Look, jail man.
I'm just saying, it's just survival. They ain't focusing on nothing. You just want to get in there with your pants up and come out with your pants up. That's one place where there ain't no sagging. Because if you sagging, you dragging. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to put it out there and put it out there politely. You know, I know you slow with that buzzer. So I'm going to try to control my words.
Boy, you crazy. You ain't got those things.
I'm just saying, bro.
Keep going, baby girl.
Okay, the last of the last. Are we preparing students to think or to obey?
I know what we doing.
So say that again. Are we what?
Are we preparing students to think or just to obey?
So in school they saying you prepare them to think, and in jail they compare them to
Obey.
So
Are we?
Are we not? In certain instances, they do go toward they obey from time to time. And then they also do the thinking as well. But you know, to me, it depends on. To me, sometimes it's the teacher, how he or she teaches or does what she does.
I tell you what, they better not do. They better not think about obeying. You better obey immediately.
Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to go.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Jade. It was nice talking to you again too. We'll definitely be reaching out to you guys. Since you sit down the street, have you been sit down the street from? I'll make sure we talk to Dylan as well, and get some conversation with him as well. Also, thank you for tuning in. By the way, like and share this page. Okay, like and share. You see it right there. Like and share this page to anybody so they can see what's going on. I appreciate you very much, especially your college students. Make more of them come on. It'd be fine for me too. But so you saying? So what do you think? So what do you think, man?
I don't think nothing because I done it.
I'm talking about the way the system is, where the school is now. Not since you was in school, because it's totally different now. How you see stuff in the school now, or is that?
I think it rolls on the teachers. Most teachers are a soundboard and don't realize it. That student might tell them something that, needs to be told. My thing is communication. I'm about that talk. And loving on them. I don't think it's enough of that because they so on this time, this task. They in a hurry to do so many things. Children slip through the cracks.
And it's how they end up in system.
Sometimes.
Okay.
And then some teachers, it's just a check and paid vacation.
Okay. All right.
I feel some correctional officers are like that. They just paycheck, a shirt in the dirt. That's what we say.
All right, man. So we go jump off that topic and gonna jump on what we saw. on social media.
Wait. Hold on before you do that, Mr. Kenny Ray. Hold on for a second, though.
Go ahead.
Because you know what, with the 26 years I spent doing corrections, there's a couple of different tiny little differences in the school. And remember we talked about this before. A little difference, and I wrote them down right here. Let me take my glasses off. Let me see. Like you said, freedom to leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the differences we can agree on, right?
Right.
Okay. And what about the purpose of a school and the purpose of a prison? You think they got the same purpose?
Yeah.
One is aimed at education and growth, right? That's what you said.
One's incarcerated.
Right. And the other is designed for rehabilitation of punishment.
Yeah.
Of punishment. So that's different. But now you can get your education from that.
Right.
From their rehabilitation of punishment. And a lot of them have. And they're going a long way. They haven't been back in.
Right.
And then you said something about the care 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, at the prison, but they got a set number of time at the school.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to the parents after that, after they leave the school.
Correct.
And then the last one is the atmosphere. Now, they have pep rallies at school. What you think they have at the prison? Nothing. They just wait for the weekend for TNT to show some movies. That's it. That's all they got, bro. That's all I got. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Okay. That concludes that topic of is the similarities of the prison system and the jail system.
Yes,
and so now we're going to get on that topic of what we saw. The video that we saw.
Ooh.
And
can you play it?
I didn't get it. I couldn't play it. But
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the listeners that saw it, because I'm pretty sure everybody and their mama saw it. You know, I'm surprised it ain't on MSNBC or none of other stations by now. You know, somebody posting it. I know it's on social media like crazy. So, in your opinion, okay, I think the last I thought about was school policy says you're not supposed to intervene into a fight. You're supposed to go and get the principal ask for help. I think that's school policy.
Well, how do you know where the principal at?
Well, you just yell down the hallway for some help. That's what they do. I think that's school policy. Because they stopped that from happening because lately people have been trying to break in fights and people have been put in the hospital because somebody hit them and knocked them out. It's all kinds of stuff that happens. I'm talking about it all over schools. You know what? It's kind of like going to a domestic violence fight in the police. You go there with intention to help, and you end up both of them jumping on you. Oh yeah, that happens a lot in law enforcement. You go there to try to see what's going on, and they end up jumping on you. And so now you got an incident where you had a lady that watched the fight happen and didn't do anything. And we got now, if you go on social media, you got people on both sides.
Yeah, but she didn't even try to get no help.
Even that, you got people on both sides. You got people on both sides that she did exactly what she's supposed to do. Nothing.
I'm on the other side. So we gonna have us a good conversation about this. Yes,
it's got people. If you go on some of them pages, you got people on people saying she did the right thing. It's not her business to jump into it. And then some people are saying that the parents should be this, which the parent not even there, but they said the parents should be this. It's all kinds of stuff that's going on social media. So what I want to see is, what do y'all think? Do y'all think she did the right thing? Do y'all think she did the wrong thing? Or did you all think that it just was none of her business at all? It just was.
It was her business because she in the room.
She's the teacher. Right? Now, she's the teacher. But I like I said, I did all kinds of things. And I was like, well, what if maybe she was pregnant? I don't know. She didn't want to get into it and lose a child. I thought maybe that might be a reason.
Okay.
You know, then I thought, well, maybe, she didn't been into one before and got hurt. That could have been a reason.
Yeah, but you said school policy is.
Yeah, you're supposed to school policy And the last I looked at the school policy is you supposed to call for help. And that's what you're supposed to do.
Did she?
Well, according to the video, I didn't see her call for help. The video showed her saying, let them fight. So I don't know if that's her saying it. And I can't say that was her saying it, because it might not even been her. You can't see her mouth moving. So you might not even know, she might not even said that. Somebody else could have been saying it.
That's true.
And so she could be just standing there like she was doing, you know, getting out the way.
I'm just glad they didn't have no weapons or nothing.
But you know, fights. Now you've seen teachers try to break out. We've seen video of teachers breaking a fight, and then people beat up on the teacher.
Yep.
And we've seen teachers get seriously hurt
Yes.
behind that.
Yep.
So where does the line draw where you supposed to be a teacher, or you supposed to be a what you call that person that break a fight? A disciplinarian that just comes in. You know, now most of these schools, now I don't know if that school had it, but most of the schools have people on the hallway with the disciplinarians. They sit out in the hallway all day, and their only job is to go in the room when something happens.
Mm.
You know, so I don't know if that school has it at all. And I'm saying they don't. I'm not even saying what school it is. I'm not even gonna say the name of the school. I just want to get some clarity of what you're supposed to do. Because you got, like I said, if you go on anybody's page and pull up that video, it's about 60 or 70 people that's commenting. And it's almost 50-50.
Mm.
You know, some of them saying, hey, she did the right thing. Get out the way and just let them do it. Some of them said, well, she should have jumped in the middle and broke it up. Some of them said that's not her job. Some of them said it was her job. Some of them said she did the right thing. Move and let them get it out their system. Some of them said, but what if the child would have got hurt? Somebody said, well, they were fighting. So if you go find the video, you will see all the comments that's on there. And it's quite a few. And like I said, it's about split down the line, down the center of what everybody thought what went on. So
I'm ready.
Yeah, bro.
All right, so check this out.
Okay.
I pulled up Louisiana fighting school policy. All right.
Okay.
All right, which has zero policy. You know what I mean? Zero tolerance against that. They had that conflict resolution that you've been talking about, Mr. Big Stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, where they get the parents in there and they got to attend that. Let's get to the real deal. Where it says grade 6 through 12, a first fight typically results in a recommendation 9-day expulsion. Every teacher and school employee is mandated to hold students to a strict accountability for disorderly conduct, whether on campus, on the bus, or at the school-sponsored event. Administrators are prohibited from discouraging teachers from taking disciplinary action against students who violate these rules. All right? Mm-hmm. Now, Rob, when I was on the phone with my brother Robert, they got a call that a parent was fighting a school bus driver. A school bus driver didn't fight back, though. So I think they have the same right as that teacher. They have an option. When I was in Texas and I worked security, everybody knows the famous John Tyler High School. That's where Earl Campbell went. Mm-hmm. That's why I did security at that school. When we had that conference with the teachers, they told the teachers, that's the reason why we got security. That's the reason why we got men. You see, if y'all see somebody getting seriously hurt, intervene. But if they fighting, call for help, and security to be there as soon as they can. They all got radio. And that's how they did it. Now, that teacher, the only thing I could say is she was walking the wrong way. She should have been walking out the door to get help instead of walking the opposite way from the door to get out there. That's the only thing I saw that she did wrong. But when you remember when that girl and that teacher had that fight over that cell phone, mm-hmm. and that girl unmentionables was showing, mm-hmm. and they were tussling and fighting on the floor. Mm-hmm. That woman did not want to get involved in that type of stuff. I think when people see threats of violence or not even threats of violence like that or teaching students, it kind of intimidates them. So they don't want to jump up. First thing they want to do, hey, bring it up. A man would do that but the females will be hesitant about that because of the situation. So that's why I'm on that teacher's side. Like I said, the only wrong thing I saw her do was walk the wrong way. She should have been going out that door and holler and fight and holler she needs some help immediately.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
So is that a arrestable offense by the law?
By the law. I saw that somewhere, boo-boo.
Yeah.
Staff protection. Louisiana law protects teachers from civil liability when breaking up fights. That's RS 17-416.
That's the code
Teacher liability.
That's the code you're reading from?
Yeah, that's the code. Louisiana law, RS-17-416.
Okay. So that's the code you
So
reading.
they can break it up and not be held liable. I never seen anything about not breaking them up and be held liable.
So right now it's at 17,000 views.
Oh yeah, I can believe that.
And so she ended up being charged with what they said. It's called engaging or contributing to child delinquency or neglect. That's what they charged her with.
Mm-hmm.
So all because all she had to do was say one thing, right? I guess that was they say.
That's it.
Say,
Yeah,
hey, I need some help.
Fight.
Yep.
Right? Help.
Right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
well, like I said, we don't know what her mind frame went through. Like I said, she could have been jumped on before. No, I don't know. I have
And
no
the way
idea.
it's looking, she might be jumped on again.
So I don't know. But like I said, like out of 17,000 people, they split. I mean, it's just everybody's saying yeah on her side, everybody's saying no on her side. And the only thing we can say is the school system and the court system going to get out there and do what they do. You know?
Yeah, remember we haven't seen the whole video either. We just seen what they wanted us to see online. So
Right.
she could have called for help and it might have showed it, or she couldn't have called for help.
She could have
and
called
it
it
didn't show it.
before the video came on because
Exactly, because she was coming from the doorway.
Yeah. So that's a possibility too. That's what I'm saying. So nobody knows what really happened but her and the kids that was in the room. So you know, that's a possibility. That happened.
I hope so.
So, you know, I hate for a young person to get ruined over something like that because if that's true, she'll never work in Louisiana for a school system ever again. You know?
And you know, she just got Teacher of the Year, right?
I didn't know that. Did she?
Yeah, it's on there. It's on there. It's on their site. If you read the headlines, it's on there.
You gotta be kidding me.
Huh? Right before all that happened.
Man. So,
well, nobody is bashing her, especially her teaching abilities,
no.
but I just feel those children needed to be protected. I mean, even the ones that wasn't fighting, anything could have happened. And luckily they were girls that were using their hands.
I got to figure that this didn't start in that classroom. It had to be something going on way before that. That's why I always let everybody know when you start seeing stuff ahead of time, you got to start saying something. There's no way they just started swinging all of a sudden. Something contributed to that.
Well, now Louisiana got a law against recording fights too. So all them kids that are recording, they in trouble too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that. So
that's an automatic 10-day suspension in Louisiana recording the fight.
Mm-hmm.
So automatic. Well, all I did was record what I saw. They do it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care.
That's school policy.
Escort them out the door, please.
Absolutely. So that's us for today, man. We hit good 45 minutes on 2 topics, which is pretty good. And I want parents to understand, just think about when your kids are doing certain stuff and make sure they understand. And just because they're similar doesn't mean that's the path you're gonna choose. Okay. Any closing remarks, Jake?
I was just joking. I love kids, and I don't want to see y'all come to where I work at. Don't come. But if you do, I ain't joking. It's gonna be something for you. But don't do it. Y'all be good. Go to school, get that education. That's what I did. That's what Kenneth did. That's what his wife did. That's what a lot of kids did. They grew up, went to school, got good jobs. Now we on the mic. Dynamite. Thank you, bro.
All right. All right. Look at here. That concludes our show of Shave and a Haircut. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and share our page. Like and share our page where we can get more content out to you guys. And if any topics you want to talk about, inbox us and we'll definitely do the research and get on it and talk to you guys. In closing, quit yelling at your kids at night before they go to bed, expect them to sleep right. Quit yelling at your kids in the morning before they go to school. Speak love, speak greatness, speak success. At the end of the day, listen to your kids. This has been Mr. Trammell from Shave and Haircut. My wife is Tanya Davis Trammell. And my brother Jacob Trammell. Signing off.
Hold the wall.
Good night.
Love you guys. Peace.